Alrighty, traders, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome to the Pip Grabber Trading Session. In this session, we look to grab 20 pips. Now, we're going to go through a couple of options of how you can go ahead and get involved in the Pip Grabber type of trading strategy. It's a very simple strategy. We're chasing after 20 net pip profits. Struggling a little bit right here. 20 net pip profits. That's what we're chasing after. That's it. We're looking at 5 currency pairs. We're going to go ahead and break it down in the session right now. Stick around. I'll see you right after this. Alrighty, well, welcome back. And yes, we're going to chase after 20 pips in this session. Now, there's a couple of ways that traders can go ahead and follow. Firstly, number one, I'm not telling you exactly what you should be doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a bunch of things, looking at trade opportunities, looking for 20 pip net profit. Now, we do have a lot of traders that are following me currently right now through my trade copier. If you don't know what that is, check out the description below. There is a link down below. Trade copier, not everyone can get it, but it is down below. Trade copier, check out the link. Also, there is results as well based on how the trade copier is doing. I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like in a minute. And then we have other details in the description. You want to go ahead and check that out as well. Also, we're going to be changing to a new channel. I'm going to be sending out that information over the next couple of weeks because we are going big with the Pip Grabber. And we're going to go ahead and create a completely new channel on this. And I'll go ahead and make sure that everyone gets that link. So you want to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel because we're all going to be looking at weekly setups in this channel. But the Pip Grabber is moving to a different channel. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to that channel. We are going big on that channel. You want to be a subscriber of that channel. Now, also another thing as well, before we get started in the actual details of the setup, just realize that what I'm doing right now is I'm giving sort of a trade opportunities based on a cost averaging strategy. I'm going to talk about what that means in the session today. So with that being said, traders, let's go ahead and jump straight into it and take a look and see what we've got as an opportunity right now. Now, I know this is a live session. There is a chat running. I don't actually have access to the chat right now. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get that loaded up as well so we can go ahead and answer any questions that you may have as well. So let's go ahead and get started inside the session today. Now, firstly, number one, I want to go ahead and point out that this strategy is producing. I need to go ahead and just refresh this a little bit right here. All right, there we go. That's a lot better right here. So you can see that this strategy is already producing great results over the long term. You can see that we've got some good months in March that we really profited really well. And then we had some slower months, and then we had some greater months. So we're doing very well over the long term. In fact, we can say that this strategy is very consistent in what it does. Now, for those that are following the trade copy, this is the results of the trade copy right here. This is exactly what the trade copy is doing, pip by pip and trade by trade. Now, what we're going to be doing in this session is we're going to be looking at trade opportunities for those that want to follow just a certain amount of trades, but not go ahead and trade a whole bunch of trades. Then this is what we're going to go ahead and do here. We're going to look for specific trades that you can grab a trade today. Because listen here, the whole purpose of this session is that everyone walks away with some profit. That's exactly what the session is. So for those traders that are saying, well, Gary, I haven't seen success over the long term. I haven't really seen success. I haven't seen some daily success. Well, this channel is for you. Make sure you go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, so that you can get access to this channel all the time when we go ahead and promote these type of opportunities. So let's get into the details of exactly what we're going to be looking for right now in the session. And by the way, let me just take a look right here. I need to go ahead and add on the channel. I need to go check out the channel here. And let me switch it on so I can see it coming up. I think I might be... see right here, let me just go ahead and see if this is the one. That's not the one. Let's go ahead and just refresh that information. All right, so once I've got this loaded right here, there it is. Okay, I got it. So let me open it up here. so I can go ahead and see what the chat looks like right here. I need to mute that. Fantastic. All right, that's muted. And I'm going to go down to the chat down below. All right, there we go. Mason's in the house. Okay, fantastic. All right, so once again, check out the description below. All the details are there. The Telegram channel is there. You'll see that there is links to the trade copier. Results are there. Everything that you need is down in the description. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some details with regards to the trades. Let's go jump into the trades right now. All right, so the first thing I want to do is when I go into the trade opportunities, I want to make sure that everyone understands that these are quick 20 pip profits. We're looking for 20 pip profits, and we're looking for those setups. Now, I'm going to show you my trading account right here. This is one of the trading accounts. We've got multiple positions in that we've been trading the Aussie CAD short. Now, we have closed out a lot of the US dollar CAD trades. We've closed out a lot of the CAD Swiss trades. But we still have some trades that are lingering there, and that is the Aussie CAD. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have opportunity on this, okay? Because what I've done, I have gone ahead and traded this based on what we've been discussing, just like you see over here. And I'm up about 34 pips on this trade, and I should be looking to take profit a little bit early on this one. Now, I'm going to place a trade today. I'm going to give you exactly the details of exactly what we're going to look at right now today. But I want to first go ahead and do a quick sum up on the Aussie CAD. Now, I want to move down to a 4-hour time frame. And I want to look at, sorry, not a 4-hour, 15-minute time frame. And I want to look at the way the market is moving in the wave structure going south right here. Just so I can make a decision as to whether or not it's time to go ahead and cash out on some of my accounts that I have got traded right here. So we have, let's see, we've got a nice little wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that down. So we got a nice little wave structure going down from here to here. And price did, oh, look at that. Price did get down to the 1.618. So we got down to the 1.618 right here. That means that we may be in a little bit of a pullback before we see price moving further down south. So this is the retracement. Here's that 1.618. And so now we're looking for price to go down to the final dip. And that's going to be right about here. Okay, so we're looking for price to move down to right about 92.28. So I may stick around a little bit longer on this particular trade as we look to dip back down to right about 92.28, right about there. Now, I'm going to go back to the 4-hour, and I'm going to look at the 4-hour from a larger perspective right here. And let me just go ahead and do this. And I'm going to just go ahead and just remove that out the way. Just move that down to 1%. And just shift that there. And all right, that's it. Perfect. Okay, good. So what I want to do here is, if I look at the 4-hour, you'll notice here on the 4-hour that we have a setup right here where we had the market create a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So we did complete that wave 5, and we wanted price to go ahead and take out wave 4, which has happened. Now, the reason why I'm holding on to this a little bit longer is that we do have a 5th wave down here. Now, remember, traders, we are in a correction move in the Aussie CAD, which means that the market's moving in either a irregular flat or a zigzag pattern. How we identify that is based on the internal structure. And if I look at the internal structure on this particular setup right here, I'll notice that the market has gone ahead and created, we've just marked it off right here, that we have seen price move in a wave 1, 2, 3, and now we're looking for a 4 and 5. So if that's going to be a 5-wave downside move in that wave structure, then we're probably heading into an irregular flat, a zigzag, which means that price could actually move further down south, which is brilliant. That's what we want. But I'm going to absolutely consider taking profit around about this level, because we also see a solid high right here that's going to act support for the market. So again, around about 92.28, 92.30 that should be a good level to be able to take profit. Now, we're not far away from that level. We're at 92.67 right now, which means that we're probably going to go down another 25, 30 pips. You know, maybe a little bit more than that, but around about 25 to 30 pips that we could see the market drop back down. Not a whole bunch, but it's enough to be able to take enough more profit out of this trade as we get further down south. Now, that doesn't leave an opportunity for us to trade it now. I don't see enough correction move in this setup to say that we can actually go ahead and trade a trade right now based on cherry picking trades. So I'm not going to cherry pick this one right now. But let's see if we can go into another one. All right, so here's a good setup right here. Now, traders, based on my trade copier, I've gone ahead and sold off already here. You can see I've sold off right here. We're down 15 pips already on the US dollar CAD. We have a sell position on this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to a lower time frame. Let's go down to the 15 right here. Now, here's the 15 here. And if I look at the 15-minute time frame, I can see that price, hold on, I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer up here so you can see a little bit more of the details. Let me see this chart, if I can just, the settings of the chart. I want to take this grid out the way. I don't like this grid. Horizontal background grid. Vertical, oh yeah, this is it right here. Alright, yeah, good. I'm going to drop that down to 0. Perfect. Yeah, that gets in my way. It bothers me. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, if I look at the 15-minute time frame, I notice that we have a wave structure in here. So here's a wave going down right here, wave 1. Here's another wave going down right here. It's actually giving us a nice little move all the way down here, almost to the 2618, right about here. And so we're in this pullback. Now, we're expecting price on the US dollar CAD to continue to work its way back down south towards this level right here, which is around about 1.2614. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off. So we're looking for price to drop back here. So if price is going to drop back down here, then this is good news, because that means if we look at the profit potential from where it's trading right now to where it's down here, that's around about 44 pips. So there's a 44 pip opportunity to make profit on this trade. This is one of those trades that are good and hot to go ahead and trade. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this. If I'm wrong, I'm going to use a cost averaging strategy. Because if price does go back up north, I want to be able to get in on that again and sell it back to my initial entry point and make profit on that trade. So this is what I'm going to do. And some of you may want to follow, some of you may not, but this is what I'm going to do right here. I am going to sell the US dollar CAD at the current market price. All right, I'm quite happy with the current market price because I am going to use a cost averaging strategy. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to US dollar CAD right here. And I'm going to put in my positions. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm going to go to a 15-minute time frame on the 15 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell. And I'm going to sell. What is my? Let me see what I normally go in with on this account. Let's see how many positions I'm going to put in here. Okay, I'm going to start with 0.5. That's half a lot, half a standard lot right here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell. All right, sell right here. And I'm going to sell at the current market price. This is a live account, by the way, for those that are wondering. I'm going to go ahead and mark it off for you as entry 1. Entry 1 right here. And I'm selling exactly at market price right here. Sell. Okay, boom, done. So I am currently in right here. Now what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and place my stop loss. Sorry, not my stop loss, my re-entry 25 pips above this. So I'm going to go around about 25 pips above this, and I'm going to go re-enter on this trade. So I got in at 26.59. So 25 pips above that would put me at 84. So I'm going to sell at 84. So that's going to be at 26.84. So I'm going to go ahead and put in here. This is going to be a new order, but this is going to be a limit sell order. Okay, there it is, limit sell order. And I'm going to sell at 1.26. 84. And I'm actually going to bump up my lot sizes to 0.51. So this is also half a standard lot, but I'm going to go ahead and tick it up 1 micro lot. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because it gives me the option that if I ever see the market keep rallying against me, but it does dip back, but not enough to be able to make a good amount of profits, I can close out these other positions because I've got a US-based trading account. I can close out those positions because I've changed the lot size, close them out, wait for the market to rally back up again, and then re-enter again higher to make some more profit to the downside. So it's a good strategy to use to be able to increase your lot sizes by 1 micro lot so that it gives you the option to maybe take profits when the market rallies again, go ahead and look to trade the dip again. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that to 0.05. And I'm going to call this entry, this is going to be entry 2. And I'm going to go ahead and mark off it's 1.26 again. That changed, 1.2684 right here. And I'm going to go ahead and submit that. That's a pending limit order. All right, it says sell limit order. So there it is. Now I'm not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and add some more positions. Now, just so that you know, for those traders that like to trade manual, I've created actually a system that you're going to be able to trade this manually and go execute trades and actually have your orders placed for you automatically. I'm in the process of developing that, getting that done. When I have that ready to go, I'll show you how you can get access to that. Now, that's also a good reason why you want to subscribe to this channel. And when the new channel is developed and ready to go, all of this that we're doing right now on this channel is going to be moved to that new channel. And we're going to have all of those assets, tools, and all that good stuff to be able to get you making 20 pips a day easy. It shouldn't be that difficult. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got going here. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and entered at at market at 26.59. I've entered another price a little higher up right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a little higher up. Now, let's go 84. Another 20 pips above that would put me at 27.04. So I'm going to sell again 25 pips above. 27. I'm going to go ahead and change the lot size. But this is going to be 27.09. So it's going to be a sell order. 1.2709 is going to be the entry. I'm going to call this my entry 3. Entry 3. And I'm going to look for, let's see here, entry 3. Yep, I've increased the lot sizes too. I'm going to go ahead and place that order in. All right, now, the great thing about what I have my trade copier that actually sends me signals every time a trade gets put in. So every time a trade gets put in, and for those that have the trade copier and are following the trade copier, every time a trade signal gets put in, you will get an alert of that trade that's been implemented. Now, also, what's going to happen is when we close our positions, we're also going to be told about that as well. We're going to get an alert on the closed out of position. So anytime we get re-entries or we close out in profits, we'll get an alert on that. Now, how this works is like, for instance, now, I don't have to have alerts set up on those. I don't have to set up alerts. I'm going to put in 3 orders in, the initial order and plus 2 additional orders. But what's going to happen is when my trade copy sends me a signal and tells me, hey, there's another order in, I'm then going to go back to my system and maybe add another position in. And so until I see it close out with profit, then I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and close out a profit with this as well. So I get the alerts telling me where there's new entries and when the trade copy closes out with positions, and that then tells me, hey, let me take a look and see what's going on with this trade. Maybe I want to go ahead and take my profits. So we're going to go ahead and see how this plays out, but I'm going to check this out. This is the one trade that we've got right here. Now, all of that information I will go ahead into detail and explain to you exactly what that means in detail, specifically when we launch the new YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. We're currently up now 3 pips on this trade. Now, do we have another trade that we want to go ahead and chase? This is one of them. Let's see if we've got another opportunity that we can go ahead and put in right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go to the Euro US dollar. Let's take a look right here. Now you can see right here on the euros US dollar, I'm flat in all positions. I don't have anything currently live on the euro US dollar, which means I've got to wait it out. Now, why am I waiting it out? Well, the trade copy is really going to give me an indication of when I need to start looking at a trade. I don't have anything right now. Nothing's come through. So we're going to stand aside on the euro US dollar right now. Let's go to the Canadian Swiss. Now, Canadian Swiss right here, we're up about 2 or 3 pips right now on the Canadian Swiss on the trade copier. And now, let me see here. So 3 pips, well, it's actually 4 pips, almost 4 pips. So that's not too bad, but look at this. Can you see that we have a nice little rally here? All right. And so the buy is good, but now there is a correction due. All right. Now the market can go back to retest this previous high right here. So if we mark off that high right here, that price is around about 72.57. So we could see price move. Now I'm going to say this. We could see price going back to around about that level at 72.57. But we also can have price continue to rally and just take off a very shallow retracement. We've come to a less than 382 retracement. And if that's the case, then why not? Could the market not just go ahead and take off and rally off north, at least to the 127, which is another level, another FIP level right here. And so if it does, how much profit is there right here? Look at that. We've got at least 28 pips of profit. 28 pips of profit if the market's going to just take off and go off to the target, which makes me believe right now that the opportunity to trade this is still hot. All right, it's still hot because we've got enough upside potential, but let's look at the downside. If the market does dip down, how far can it dip down? Well, let's take a look. If I'm going to enter every time in the market 25 pips apart from each other, let's see if this works out right here. Let me go to this right here. If the market goes down, let's see here. That's 17. There's 25 to the 22 to the 618 bounce. I may just get in if the market dips back down to what we call a crown right tip. If the market goes to a crown right tip, I could get in on a second position. But this is what's really good about this. Check this out. Let me go ahead and get this tool of mine set up right here. Just close it up there. Open up here. All right, so this is the deal. If the market does pull back, right, and does retrace down a little bit, and eventually goes down all the way down to the 618 bounce, and we get picked up on a second position. So let's say we enter here and we enter down here, and we get picked up on those. That means that price could move back up to at least do the break-even point. We don't even have to get to the 127 before we end up making our 20% profit on that trade. So this right here, there's very little risk involved in this trade opportunity right here. We can still make our 20 pips because there's 48 pips before we hit really solid resistance. And then if the market does dip back down, we can stay in this range and still make money. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? And so, okay, so if that's going to be the case right here, then let's get physical. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see how we can get in on this trade. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into that trading account. Now, remember, I'm already in on this, and I'm up 4.9% pips on this trade. But I want to go ahead and do little cherry-picking trades, right? And I want to go ahead and cherry-pick this one right here on the Swiss and on the Canadian Swiss. So if I go to my other trading account, and I go to the Canadian Swiss right here, and by the way, we're up 6 pips on that trade on the US dollar CAD. But let's go to the Canadian Swiss right here. And I've got the 5-minute, but I'm going to flip this over to a 15. All right. And what I'm going to do is, this is the level that I can expect price to maybe want to come back down to. But it could also go back down to this level right here. This is the right tip of this crown. So I'm going to enter and buy right now at market. Now I'm going to go in with a 0.5 lot size right here, 0.5. I'm going to call it entry 1. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see here. I'm going to go at market. Now, if I go in at 72, how much am I missing out on this trade? Let's take a look here. I'm already 6.7 pips up. Starting to move really quick on us here. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play smart on this. Instead of getting in at the current market price right here, I'm going to, and the reason why I'm seeing that, I'm seeing a little bit of divergence coming up here. You see how the market's created these new highs, and see how the oscillator is moving slightly lower? I'm going to go ahead and enter right here. I'm going to play a little smart on this. I've already got a trade in, and this trade is on the US dollar CAD. But if you look over here, we're already 7.5 pips up on this trade. So we're almost 50%, or let's say we're 40% up in our trade already, based on the target that we're looking at. We're looking at 20 pips. We only want to grab 20 pips. So we're almost 8 pips up on this. So we can say we're about 40% up already in profits on this particular trade based on our pip range that we're looking at. So I'm going to say that if price moves down a little lower, then maybe I'll go ahead and get back in on this one. I've already got a trade in, so I'm not going to get greedy on this one. So 72.57. I think I'm going to do that right now. 72.57. And if I miss out on this trade, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to get greedy. So 72.57. Let's go ahead and enter a trade on that. And it's going to be now a buy limit order. And we're going to go at 72.57. So 72.57, we're going to go ahead, buy in at that point right here. That's going to be right here at that support right there. Perfect. Now, if I'm going to go ahead and get in at this level at 72.57, then 25 pips below that would put me at what? Let's go take a look here. So to 72.57, we're looking at 32. All right. So that's going to be 72.32. So I'm going to enter another trade, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put in another trade right here, and this is going to be a buy limit order, and that's going to be at 72.32. So 72.32 right here, and I'm going to go ahead and call this entry 2. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and submit that. Oh, I'm going to change the lot size to 0.51. I have to go ahead and re-enter the entry again. 72. Anytime you change the lot size, you have to put the re-entry in again. All right, so my buy limit is going to be at 72.32 right here. And I'm going to go ahead and place an order. There it is. Okay, I'm set. Now, if my trade copier sends me a signal, and the trade copy tells me that we're getting out, we're out of that trade, then I would probably go ahead and look to get the heck out of Dodge in my pending orders. I'll close out my pending orders and I won't trade it anymore. But if my trade copier says, no, picked up another position, then I know that I've gone ahead and started executing my trades that I've got right here, and I'm actually starting to enter into that position. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see how that plays out. Now, we've got a couple of questions here from Frogbox. Frogbox says here, usually Ichimoku indicator has revealed a signal, a sell signal, and the Aussie CAD on the 4-hour time frame. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make it as simple as possible for everyone. I want to take all your indicators out of the picture. I want to not focus on any indicators, and I'm only going to be focusing in on price action right now. Price action between support and resistance, because all we're doing is we're chasing after 20 pip grabs. All right. You see, the biggest problem is when traders bring in a lot of indicators and all these other good stuff. I mean, it's fantastic if you want to be a swing trader and position trader. And you have to look at these type of indicators that are trend-based indicators, because a lot of that information that you're seeing is already lagged or already gone, right? It's lagging. It's already done. The information's over. It's old news, right? And so, based on price action, we're now looking at support and resistance that gives us more leading indicators of where price is going to turn. That's what we're going to be focusing on right here. Now, got another question right here. It's wonderful to see you live, Gary. Looking forward to the new channel and what the trading dynamics the dynamics you bring to the market. Fantastic. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And absolutely, it's going to be a killer live channel. Going to bring a lot of good stuff in. You definitely want to be paying attention to the details when I send it over. Also, remember, Telegram channel. If you check out in the description, there is a Telegram channel. Anything that I update, anything that I go ahead and send out, updates, news, trade opportunities, check out the Telegram channel as well, because I do update that on a regular basis as well. All right, and that gives you up-to-date information. All right, I think we're done. That's it. So we've got our position right here. There it is. We got our positions ready to rock and roll here on this setup right here. This is the Swiss, Canadian Swiss. If the market takes off, it is what it is. We've got a trade in already on the US dollar, and we are currently pull back a little bit, but we're currently up about 5 pips on that trade, and we'll continue to hold on that. It looks like we had a little bit of a correction move, and now we should see a nice little dip to the downside. So yes, we should be in a good direction right here. And then don't forget, I am in on my Swissy, the Aussie Swiss as well. And on the Aussie Swiss, I am going to continue to hold short for a little while. All right. Let's take a look at the New Zealand CAD. Got a lot of positions in on New Zealand CAD too. I'm close to my break even right here, 25 pips away from that. But I feel really good about the New Zealand CAD. Let's go to the New Zealand CAD and take a quick look at that. So here's the New Zealand CAD right here. You can see I've got multiple positions in. I've got a whole bunch of these positions in right here. But let's go to the 4-hour time frame, and I want to show you right here. We spoke right here a week ago. We did the Pip Grabber session, and we told traders that we should start selling right here at the top. Check this out. We said sell right here. We said there was another sell here. We said another sell right here. So we had multiple sell positions right here. This one picked up right here at 1919, and currently right now it's still selling off. So from that area, from that sell right there, traders are in the profit. But I'm going to be holding on to this a lot longer, because I'll be looking for price to at least take out this low, and that's around about 98.22. But at that point, there might be a slight little bounce, but I'm expecting the New Zealand CAD to come down even further to test these highs right here, and that's traded around about 88.78. So we've got a long ways down from where it's trading right now. We're probably looking probably around about another 75 to 100 pips down. We're going to see that continue to move down south, and we'll continue to monitor how that plays out over the course of the next few days. Now, traders, I am going to be talking about the pound New Zealand dollar, specifically the pound crosses. We did have news that came out this morning. Inflation was up at 3.2%, a lot higher from the previous. This is yearly data. So with high inflation, that's normally good for the currency, and we normally see the currency rally. But that also tells us that the Feds, or the UK Feds, are going to possibly look to raise rates. So the UK central banks are probably going to look to raise rates. But there is no chat about that, because is it going to hurt the economy? Well, the thing right here is we should start seeing some rally in pound. We've seen a little bit in the last couple of days, but are we going to continue to see that rally in the pound crosses across the board? Well, I'm going to go ahead and post a video on that today and talk a little bit more about the pound crosses and how that's going to affect your trades based on the news that we just had this morning at around about 2 o'clock. So make sure that you go ahead and stay subscribed to the channel, because we are going to send out some information on that as well for those traders that are trading the pound crosses. So with that being said, traders, have a fantastic day of trading. We'll see you into the next session. This is FxBigDog signing off.